Hello everyone, and welcome to my BTG official channel. The night was eerily quiet when Bill sat alone in his dimly lit living room, staring at the unopened envelope resting on his coffee table. His fingers trembled as he reached for it, the handwriting on the front unmistakably belonging to Izaiah, his old friend, the one who had disappeared months ago after warning him to stay away from Hayley. The air felt heavy, almost suffocating, as though the house itself was holding its breath. Bill tore open the envelope, his heart racing faster with every word he read. Don't fall for her trap, Bill. She's planning something new, worse than before. Whatever you do, don't trust her again. The message was brief but chilling. Izaiah's words struck him like a bolt of lightning, dragging him back to memories he had tried so hard to bury, the betrayal, the lies, the manipulation. Hayley had almost destroyed his life once. And now, according to Izaiah, she was coming for him again. Bill rubbed his temples, trying to make sense of it all. Could it be true? After everything that had happened, after the court battles, the police investigations, the late-night confrontations, he thought it was finally over. Hayley had vanished from his life, or so he believed. But Izaiah wouldn't have written that letter without reason. Izaiah knew things no one else could. He was always watching from the shadows, keeping track of Hayley's moves, even when everyone else thought she was gone for good. And if he said she was planning something new, then Bill knew he couldn't afford to ignore it. Meanwhile, across town, in a small, dimly lit apartment filled with perfume bottles and scattered photographs, Hayley sat before her mirror, staring at her own reflection. Her expression was calm, too calm, the kind of calm that hides a storm brewing underneath. She traced her fingers along her lips, a faint smile curling upward as she whispered to herself, "He thinks he's safe, but he has no idea what's coming." Her voice was low, venomous, deliberate. On the vanity lay a series of photographs, Bill laughing at a cafe, Bill entering his office, Bill talking to Dani. Every image was dated, organized, and marked with red ink. She'd been watching him for weeks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike again. She wasn't just angry. She wanted revenge. And she wanted it to be slow, precise, and devastating. Hayley had once loved Bill, or at least that's what she told herself. But love had turned to jealousy, jealousy into hatred, and hatred into a burning obsession. When he exposed her lies, when he revealed her secret accounts and manipulative schemes, he humiliated her in front of everyone. She lost everything, her money, her reputation, and even her freedom for a time. But prison hadn't broken her. It had taught her patience. It had taught her how to rebuild, how to wait, how to plan. And now, she was ready. "You'll pay for what you did, Bill," she murmured. "And this time, no one will see it coming." Back at Bill's house, paranoia began to take root. He kept glancing toward the windows, half expecting to see Hayley's face peering in through the darkness. Every noise made him jump, the creak of the floorboards, the rustle of the curtains, the faint hum of the refrigerator. He poured himself a glass of water, his mind spiraling with questions. What kind of trap was she planning? Another financial scam? Blackmail? Something worse? He needed answers, and there was only one person who could give them, Izaiah. But Izaiah had gone underground months ago, after helping expose Hayley's last scheme. No phone number, no address. Only letters. Cryptic, infrequent letters. Still, Bill had learned to listen when Izaiah spoke. The man had a sixth sense for danger, and he was rarely wrong. So, the next morning, Bill packed a small bag and drove out to the old cabin by the river, the place where he and Izaiah used to meet when things got too dangerous in the city. As he drove, rain began to fall, turning the road slick and shadowy. Every now and then, he caught sight of a black car in his rearview mirror. It seemed to keep its distance, never close enough to identify the driver but never far enough to disappear entirely. His pulse quickened. Could it be Hayley's people? Or was he just imagining it? By the time he reached the cabin, the rain had turned into a full-blown storm. He stepped out, drenched and shivering, and called out Izaiah's name. No answer. Only the sound of thunder rolling over the hills. But then, from inside, a voice, low and raspy, whispered, "You came." Bill froze. Izaiah stepped out from the shadows, older, wearier, with a look in his eyes that told Bill everything he needed to know before he even spoke. "It's her," Izaiah said quietly. "She's moving again. And this time, she's not after your money. She's after your name, your life, your peace of mind. She wants to destroy you completely." Bill's breath caught in his throat. "How do you know?" Izaiah handed him a small USB drive. "Because she's already started. That drive has everything, her new plan, her new allies, even her messages to Randy. She's trying to rebuild her network. And she's got help from people who owe her favors." Bill's stomach dropped at the mention of Randy, Hayley's old partner in crime, the man who had nearly killed him once before. "She's setting a trap," Izaiah continued. "She's making you look like the villain this time. She's been spreading rumors, editing photos, faking documents. By the time she's done, no one will believe your side of the story. Not even Dani. Dani, the one person Bill still trusted, the one person who had stood by him through every betrayal. The thought of her being turned against him made his heart ache. "What should I do?" Bill asked, desperation creeping into his voice. Izaiah looked him dead in the eye. "Stay calm. Don't confront her yet. That's what she wants. She's baiting you. Let her think you're still in the dark. I'll handle the digging. You just keep your guard up, and for God's sake, don't let Dani meet her." But it was already too late. Across town, Hayley had already reached out to Dani under a new name, posing as a private investigator with evidence that could supposedly clear Bill's name from a false accusation. Dani, unaware of the deception, agreed to meet her. When they met at a small cafe, Hayley wore sunglasses and a hat, her voice disguised, her demeanor professional. She handed Dani a folder filled with fabricated documents, fake bank transfers, edited text messages, doctored photos. "I thought you'd want to know the truth," Hayley said smoothly. "Bill's been hiding more than you think." Dani's hands trembled as she flipped through the pages, confusion and fear clouding her judgment. Hayley watched her carefully, every reaction noted. The seed of doubt had been planted, exactly as planned. That evening, when Dani confronted Bill with the documents, his heart sank. "You think I did this?" he said, his voice breaking. Dani hesitated, torn between trust and fear. "I don't know what to believe anymore, Bill. These look real." Bill tried to explain, but the more he spoke, the guiltier he sounded. Hayley's manipulation was working perfectly. She didn't need to physically attack him this time. She was destroying him emotionally, piece by piece. Over the next few days, everything started to unravel. Bill's business partners began pulling away, his lawyer stopped returning calls, and his bank accounts were suddenly flagged for investigation. Someone had been feeding false information to the authorities. Every trail, every